Hello, it's Dale Snyder with the Snyder Group at Keller Williams Realty. Who are you again, sir?
I'm Erik Wertner's stunt double. Erik is still actually, it's 9:30. He's still at the tables.
Still at the tables.
Yeah.
What tables? You need to clarify. We're in
Oh,
Vegas.
sorry, we're in Vegas. There's the blackjack table.
Okay, got it. All right, so today's topic of discussion, I'm actually pulling this up on my phone because this is pretty new to me. The U.S. government settles with the banks on the Robo-signing scandal. So let me just read a little bit of this, and then Erik and I will discuss it. It says, yesterday the Justice Department and 49 out of 50 state attorney general announced a settlement agreement with 5 of the nation's largest banks in the robo-signing and mortgage service fraud scandal that came to light in 2010. I think we know which 5 of those lovely banks are.
I think
right?
B of A heads the list.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They might be up on top. All right, so the settlement's worth about $25 billion. Crazy. It's the largest government negotiated industry settlement since the tobacco industry settled in 1998. It's insane. So it's saying that $5 billion of this is to go back to borrowers who are illegally foreclosed on. And what else is it saying here? And then the remaining $20 billion will be used to help homeowners who are currently in danger of losing their homes. So I'm assuming this $20 billion is going to, pretty much help everybody, right?
Well, actually, I just got my check. And,
Did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
I should see my ride outside.
Yeah, got a new Ferrari with his.
No, it's a bicycle.
A bicycle?
Yeah, because that's really what you're going to see in the end here. The mortgage market is a $3 trillion a year business, and right now, when you're looking at handing out $20 billion back to homeowners who are on the cusp of foreclosure, you're really not talking about a whole lot.
Yeah, like you said $3 trillion, right?
3 trillion.
I don't even know what that. To even imagine how much that is. They're $3 trillion and they're putting $20 billion.
20 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's like a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Really, right? And
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an election year, so these are the kind of things that generally happen, and they make great headlines. And to you and I, who stare at the megabuck slot machine and see that it's up to 12 million, we're excited by 12 million. We need 20 billion. We're like, wow, 20 billion. But in essence, it's really not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, because I'll be honest, when I first read it, I'm like, wow, that's a pretty substantial amount of money, but it's nothing.
Yeah, so you should get your government-sponsored check of, $300-400 if you're on the cusp of foreclosure, probably within the next 2 years. Your house might be gone by the time the check is actually
so this is really, it's not going to do anything, really. It's just
another
Band-Aid fix.
I hate to be sour grapes, but, it's a good way, in my opinion, for the government to make a point in that they did actually address the robo-signing issue, which was, quite a bit of a scam.
Yeah.
You had banks who were transferring servicing rights without proper signatures, and notaries signing without notary stamps or backdating documents, and or without even looking at it. I mean, they were transferring. I've seen clients who had their servicing rights transferred after the home was already sold at auction, and their loan transferred 3 more times on their credit report when the house was sold 18 months prior. So it was pretty bad, and it messed a lot of people up, but the actual financial impact, I think, is going to be pretty nominal.
Pretty nominal?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we just wanted to share this with you. Let me look at it one more time, because this is hot off the press, folks. So, in summary, we're just going over the U.S. government settling with banks on the robo-signing scandal. So, unfortunately, it looks like it's another ploy or Band-Aid fix.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, well, I hope the info is valuable. You can find us at dalesnyder.net or out on the strip stumbling around at about 2 in the morning. Just kidding.
He doesn't stumble.
Yeah, I don't stumble. I'm a professional. Have a good day.